Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my fancy coffee, which I love to drink. If you saw my short, make sure you comment on it. I want to know, what's your favorite crafty drink? So I think mine would be either fancy coffee or tea because it helps me relax. It makes me happy and I just love it. Now, of course, I'm going to drink some other things too, but those would be like my top things. If I could choose every single time I crafted, I would definitely choose either fancy coffee or some kind of like yummy tea. So today what I want to do is work with some envelopes. I've been seeing a lot of really cool like reels on Facebook, and they've been using a lot of envelopes. So of course mine aren't coffee dyed. I do really have to make some more coffee dyed stuff. So hopefully it's been getting a little bit nicer out, but then we've had like a lot of storms also. So hopefully one of these days where it's not going to rain, I would like to take the stuff outside just because it's kind of easier and it's less messy. Because we have like a giant like cast iron outside, like not cast iron, I guess it's like wrought iron table, and it has like the almost like the diamond pattern in it, so it's not solid. It just has like a bunch of like the lines and they're weaved, and I just think that would be so cool to like do my coffee dyeing, let it sit on there, because I think it would give it such a really cool texture and I really want to try it. So I just have to wait for it to get a little bit warmer. But if for some reason it doesn't and it stays cold and rainy for a while, well, I guess I'll just have to do it inside, which is fine too. I just want to try some fun new things, but either way. So I have my ink and things that we can do to cover this up. I have paper also. So I have a few different envelopes, and most of them are junk mail. This one's not junk mail, it's just regular, but I didn't have like a smaller envelope. So that's why I grabbed that one. And then it doesn't matter if it has the window on it or not. I don't know if I'm going to use the window. I struggle sometimes with covering like around the window. Sometimes it looks really patchy, but not in like the, oh, look how cool and scrappy that is. And it doesn't always work that way. So I don't know. I might just cover it over, but we'll see. And I grabbed different sizes because I want to do like a flippy layered kind of thing. So we'll see. So this one here is my biggest envelope. But of course, most of the journals that I would make are not this big. So this one is about 9.5 inches. So like this is the standard business size envelope. And I don't usually make journals that go like over 6 inches, or I'm sorry, over like 8 inches or something. So this would stick out the top, which is fine. If you like that, you could put some lace across the top, but I just think I'm going to cut it down a little bit. And because the window is messed up here, I'm going to cut it down on this side. So I'm going to cut it probably to like, oh, sorry, I shook the camera. Probably like 7.5 inches, I think would be a good size. I got this new trimmer. I mean, it's a generic one, but I got it off of Amazon. It was on sale. I don't know. Do you guys follow all the, like the, those Facebook pages that give you like the coupons and stuff for Amazon? I'm on like a whole bunch, and I always end up buying way too much stuff. But anyways, that's where it was like on a coupon code for, I want to say it was like $10. It was actually really cheap. And I'm like, well, it might not be the best, but my old one, it didn't cut straight for nothing. Anytime I would cut it, it would just be like, and it wouldn't be straight, and it would really annoy me. So I got that one, and so far I really like it for being cheap. I mean, I'm not going to knock it. Like, it has way more measurements than my old one did, and because it's the black on white, it's a lot easier to see. Because the other one was like, it wasn't even colored in. It was just like the raised numbers. So when I very first got it, took a Sharpie to it and like colored it in, which didn't do any good. So now it just looks really messy, and that's even starting to fade. Okay, so 7.5 inches. And this one is not open. Now I could try and open this and see if it will open without ripping. I'm not going to guarantee it. So I'm probably just going to take a scrap piece of paper and, oh no, you know what? This is the back, so I don't even have to worry about hinging it. So we're good. All right, so I'm going to leave this at the top for a pocket, of course. But again, I'm probably going to cover over the window. So I don't really have to worry about it. But so I had this one at 7.5. And then these two are pretty much the same size. This one's just barely wider. Now I want to also make sure that it's not too wide that it's gonna like come out too far, so I can't have the other one flip over. But this one looks like it's a pretty decent size. So I want it to be small enough that you notice it, but I also want it to be big enough that you can actually do something with. So if this one is 7.5, I think I'm going to take maybe an inch off. Let's try it at 6.5. And I'm going to leave the window alone on this one just in case I want to try my luck. I don't know yet. So I'm going to take 6.5. Don't do anything with that one because that'll make a really good pocket, whether for this project or something different. And again, this one is open, so I don't have to worry about it. If not, I would just have to put a piece of paper. So it's already hinged. So I think I like that. 6.5 inches is good. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to do this one. So if this is 6.5, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one at 5.5. You see the pattern. It's kind of like back and forth. And I'm going to cut the window on this one because I wouldn't, even if I do play with the window, I don't want all of them to have a window. All right. So again, but don't throw this away because you could use it as a pocket. And this one is shut, so we'll have to create a hinge for that one. So I want them centered, and then I can center this one. You can put them all down towards the bottom if you want. I like the stacked look, so that's what I'm going for. And then of course now this one is too big, but now I'm wondering, should I just cut a little bit? This is like the perfect size right there. I like this window, so I don't want to do anything with this, but I'm wondering, should I just cut this one? Let me see. All right, 7.5, 6.5. Let's cut this one down to 5.5 and see what it looks like. Otherwise, I can just cut it some more. But I'm wondering if I don't have to take as much off, and this one already has a hinge. I could just do that. And then I can cut that other one a little smaller. So here we go. 5.5. So what is this going to be like hinged? Yeah, I think that's all right. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll just go ahead and cut this one down to 4.5. Work smarter, not harder, right? And that gets rid of almost all of that window too, so it works. And then I also don't need a big piece of scrap paper to hinge this. All right, so I think, yes. Oh, and then I could do that. Oh, maybe. Let's play with this. All right, I'm going to cut off this scrappy little piece here. Yeah, I think that will be like the perfect size. Maybe we'll keep these pockets. Oh, let's see. All right. So theoretically, that's what we're going to do. So now I need to hinge these two before we go any further. And for that, I'm just going to grab some scraps of paper. So give me 1 second. All right. So all I did was go into my box of uncut ephemera pieces and look for a piece that had like a lot of white space. It works. Otherwise, if you have a scrap bin, you could just go into that. So for this one, and again, because we're just making a little hinge, it doesn't need to be huge. Okay, probably like that. Okay, and then for the next one, this will be the perfect size. And then we'll have some left over if we need to make any more hinges. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to take my hinges and I'm going to fold them in half and then glue them on. All right. So now that I have my hinges folded, I'm going to glue them on. And I was going to do it off camera, and then I thought, well, maybe somebody might want to see it. So I came back on. But all you do for the hinges to fold them is you just fold them in half. You could get technical and use your scoreboard. I don't, because it doesn't really matter. You're going to cover them up anyways with paper. So even if it's not like 100% center, like, you know what I mean, folded completely in half, it'll be fine. Does anybody else ever have this issue? Like your glue is clogged and then all of a sudden you unclog it and then it just like runs everywhere. Oh, I hate it so much. I don't know, everybody like raved over these like Sugar Bell bottles, and I like how easy they are to squeeze, but they're just, I don't know. They're okay. They're not my favorite. All right, so I have that side, and as you can see, it's a little long. We'll cut it in a second. All right, and if anybody noticed, I glued it on the wrong side, but in this case, it doesn't matter. Now, this one is going to matter, so I'll just flip this one over, and it'll be fine. This one definitely matters because we want the windows on the top, so I make sure I pay attention. And again, I got it a little long, but it's fine. Okay, so I'll just take my scissors and trim that, and take my scissors and trim this. And I keep bumping into my phone that's like recording this, and so I'm really sorry. I have it plugged in because our phones are old, and it's one of those things, like when I was younger, I used to love getting a new phone because it was like the newest technology and it was like so cool and you had to do all these new things. Now I kind of don't like it as much because then I have to, like, you know, download all my stuff again, and I have to like remember, like, you know, what I downloaded and where everything is and how to use everything. So I don't know. It's one of those things. We really need new ones, but neither one of us really want to get new ones right now because it's just kind of a pain. But anyways, so I apologize if I keep bumping into it or if you can see the cord because it's like right there. Okay, so I have them. I have them hinged. Now what I'm going to do is, let's see, I want the pocket to be sideways, so I'm going to glue this. Maybe I'll just leave it. No, because that's towards the bottom. Okay. I'm going to glue it. I was going to say maybe I'll just leave it as like a tuck, but no, I won't. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac just because it's like right at the edge of that pocket and I don't want to be able to see it if the glue kind of spews down. Okay, so that one's closed. Did we need to do anything with this one? No, because then this one's going to be our pocket. So that's perfect. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Let's see. Do we have to close any of our other things? This is going to be a pocket. This one, I have to glue at the bottom. Oh, look, and this one doesn't even have any acetate in it, so I don't have to worry about that being a window. Okay, and then that top part is going to be our pocket. So now we're good. All right. So you can choose to put it all together and then cover it. I feel like it's probably easier to cover the majority of it first before you start gluing them together. So yeah, so then that'll be our pocket. Okay. I thought I messed up. Not yet. So these are all our pieces parts. These are our extras. So I'm going to scooch that aside. Give me some room. Give me some room. Okay. So I pulled in some of these papers and I love these. These are actually what I kind of hinted to, like, hey, I'm going to start working on something soon. So there's this Facebook page and she puts all of her kits for free. And for right now, at least. And she created this really pretty kit. I've already started cutting some up. But the kit, let me see if I can find the front page. I want to make a journal out of it because I think it's gorgeous. And it's very like spring summery. Here it is. It's called A Lady in London. I mean, look how pretty that is. So when I made those other things in my last couple videos, and I had said, you know, hey, I want to use these. I'm not sure how I want to decorate them. The colors and like the polka dots and the pinks and the browns and all that stuff, I think will go really well with this kit. So these are the papers that I'm going to use for this to like start my journal. So now the hard part is I have to figure out like what parts do I want for which envelope. I'm going to get it all inked and then I'll come back for part 2 because I don't want this video to be super long, and we'll glue everything together, assemble, and decorate. So until next time, guys, see ya.